Today, we're going to be talking about eye health and how to improve your vision. This is the Dr. Lam Show, and we're here to talk about integrative medicine and empowering to take control of your health. We hope that you find our show useful, so please hit the like button and subscribe to the podcast and to our YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Carrie Lam, family medicine physician, and I've completed fellowships in functional and metabolic medicine, and I'm passionate about nutrition and lifestyle medicine.
And I'm Dr. Jeremy Lam. I'm an internal medicine physician, and I'm also board certified in anti-aging and regenerative medicine. And today we're going to be talking about eye health. So to start with, let's talk about how the adrenals can affect your eye health so that we're all on the same page.
Yeah, you can see that our whole family actually wears glasses. So this is a very important topic for us, but not only for us, but a lot of people that are dealing with adrenal fatigue or have genetic eye health issues. As so, a big population of our world actually does wear glasses, and so they will be talking about the diet and foods and supplements that can you can take in order to help improve your eye health. So the first way is to actually eat foods that can support your eyes. Dr. Jeremy, tell us how a poor diet can deprive you of the proper nutrients that your eyes need.
Well, the first type of foods that are good is foods that are rich in xanthines. And so that's one of the most powerful antioxidants found in nature. It actually has carotenoid pigments, which is extremely important for your eye health. It protects your eyes from bacteria and inflammation. So having some extra xanthine-rich foods in your diet, such as salmon, trout, shrimp, or other sea creatures, can help with supporting and boosting your eye health. If you are vegetarian or vegan, then you can take care of your eye health by having some algae or algae supplements in your diet, which can also help with that.
Mm. There are also some really good berries that are high in xanthine. For example, bilberry is one worth mentioning. That's a small berry closely related to the blueberry, and plays a special part in maintaining good vision. It's a nutrient rich and has many now good benefits because of helping night blindness and the production of a pigment that helps their eyes be okay. And so, other nutrients that are also very good in this climate are B1, B2, vitamin C, even vitamin K, and some minerals. Trace minerals like magnesium are very important to eye function, and it's critical that they all work together. It's not one just single magic pill, but recent studies found that a combination of these supplements and minerals and vitamins can actually help to improve eye health. Another thing that are very good for eye health is actually cold water fish like salmon, sardines, herring, because they have higher amounts of omega 3s compared to omega 6s. And so make sure that you're buying them from organic sources with less heavy metals in them, okay, especially mercury. And try to reduce any vegetable oil intake like corn oil or vegetable oils because they can increase your omega-6 levels and cause more inflammation. So carrots, a lot of people know that orange and yellow colored vegetables are also great for your eyes as they are higher in carotenoids and vitamin A, which are very vital to your eye health. But I have known people who ate too much carrots and turned themselves orange, so definitely don't do that too much. I know your body has the ability to get rid of them. So, but carotenoids, like we talked about, are great, and lycopene can also be found in tomatoes. And so, these are all foods that you can definitely try, and supplements that you can try with some advice. What is another one, Dr. Jeremy?
Well, there are many herbs that also support good vision, such as rosemary, ginkgo biloba, and they hold a special place in eye health because they exceptionally have a high content of lutein. And so lutein is a type of carotenoid that's found in many leafy green vegetables. It's also found in eggs as well. And so taking in a lot of lutein is going to help with supporting your eye health.
And the way it helps is not only antioxidant and anti-inflammatory, it actually has properties to be able to help filter out the damaging UV light that comes through the light. And so lutein-rich foods actually have been shown to reduce the risk of cataracts and macular degeneration and slow the progression of these disorders. However, it does have some blood thinning properties. So don't drink too much if you have a blood thinning or blood clotting issues. Always double check with your doctor because it does enhance blood flow through the body and circulation. And so you have to always be careful when taking these types of supplements. What are some other food types that are rich in proanthocyanidins, as these are powerful antioxidants that can also help remove harmful radicals from the body? Dr. Jeremy?
Some foods that have that are, black currant, chocolate, and some nuts as well, along with leafy spinach, greens, kale, collard greens. So they all have a lot of that chemical, which is going to help support your eyes and help them stay healthy. Other things that's also good is making sure you get enough sunlight because you wouldn't really think that sunlight is good for eye health, but it actually is. It's the source of life. And we know that sunlight can actually strengthen the eyes by triggering the release of dopamine. And dopamine is our feel good hormone. And so that increases when your retinas are exposed to natural light. And so those studies have shown that those that are having receiving natural dopamine boosts by being exposed to sunlight are almost 50% less likely to develop macular degeneration. And so most of us spend our time indoors with artificial light and air conditioning instead of fresh air, and we're all glued to our computers. So it's making sure that we get outside, spending some time outside, absorbing that sunlight to help our eye health as well as increase our dopamine levels.
Of course, there's a limit. Definitely don't look at the sun, right, directly because the UV light still comes from sunlight, so you want to protect yourself from that. But yeah, you're right. Like we spend most of our time on our screens, our phones, our TVs, and our computers, and that is a artificial type of blue light rather than the broad spectrum sunlight that can actually come through naturally for our eyes. So if you are on your screen every hour, try to take a break for your eyes, and that would be also very good. Set an alarm on your phone, look outside or look at something green. Green has been shown to be more soothing for your eyes also, in order to give your eyes just that break from technology and from the blue light. And there are also ways to protect yourself from blue light from the computers. You can buy blue light lens glasses or blue light uh, uh, screens in order to put on your computer in order to protect yourself from that type of light also, especially if you have problems sleeping at night. And so there are ways to help rest and relax your eyes if you have to work on your computer all day. And so I always find it nice to give myself a break and look at something natural, something green every hour or so in order to give my eyes a break.
Another thing to help decrease your risk of eye disease is to quit smoking. It's obviously a no-brainer, but a cigarette smoke can affect our eyes because it contains over 4,000 different chemicals, most of them being toxic. And the smoking not only damages the tissues around the eyes, but the actual eye itself as well, and the eye collagen, and causes them to break down, causing weakening of your eye muscles.
Mm.
And so that's our fourth tip, which is to avoid smoking. And our fifth tip is to wear glasses, and especially glasses that have UV protection because it does protect from the UV radiation, which can cause significant damage to your eyes. UV rays can cause a lot of damage, especially to our eyes that are vulnerable. And these rays can contribute to cataract as well as macular degeneration. And so when we do go outside, like we did mention, which is good, making sure that we have UV protection with our glasses is very important.
And our sixth tip is to make sure that you go and get regular eye exams. When was the last time you went to your doctor? Well, you want to make sure that you get not only eye exams, but regular physicals. In terms of looking for visual acuity, sometimes if you have diabetes, they will definitely be looking at your dilating your eyes in order to make sure you don't have a neuropathy or keratinopathy, which is damage of the inside of your eyes. And so otherwise, if you wear glasses, make sure you get new glasses every year. Make sure your macula is doing fine, the blood vessels are not constricted, that you don't have any glaucoma, that your vision is doing well. And so getting regular eye exams are very important because you'll be surprised how you can screen and you can actually find something if you go to your doctor yearly. What's our next tip for vision health?
The next step is to exercise your eye muscles. There are simple techniques that you can do to relieve the eye strain. And that can be practiced anywhere in public, when you're taking the bus or when you're standing in line or you're at the post office.
There's some exercises that you can do. Like I said, when you're taking a break from work, instead of staring at a screen, look at something farther away, like farther away or something green, and then coming back to your screen. Other ways you can do is just giving yourself eye massages, okay? And and just yes, doing that little facial movement and training your eyes also. So near, then far, then near, then far. Then you can really try to do those types of eye exercises in order to build up eye muscles because muscles need to also be used. So these are definitely ways that you can do it. And also, if you're just tired, just close your eyes and do some visual relaxation techniques and meditation and breathing in order to preserve your eye health. If you have any other eye exercises that you like to do or eye relaxation techniques, definitely comment down below and we would love to hear from you. And so don't forget to hit the subscribe and the notification button in order to get our weekly Dr. Lam Show podcast and YouTube channel updates. So, if you are looking for foods that are high in antioxidants, that are not only from supplements, think about having good green, dark green leafy vegetables, as they are very high in antioxidants, especially vitamin C. You can get them through citruses like oranges, limes, lemons, and berries that we talked about. And then rose hips are also very high in vitamin C if you want to prevent oxidation that can happen in your eyes. But if you are still having some eye issues and you don't know what to do, you've gone to see your doctor and it's still not working well for you, I ask that you call us at 714-709-8000 so that we can really see what's the underlying root cause of your vision health and help you take control of that. And so thank you for being here with us today and the Dr. Lam Show. We hope you find this information helpful. Like I said again, subscribe to this channel so that we can bring you more great content. And if you know anyone else who might want to hear, please share it with them. We're here to empower you to take control of your health.